Hey, and welcome to another stream with me, Tunray. How's it going? I have not fully set myself up properly, so I'm a little bit all over the place. Let's see. Use sport bag. Ooh. Well, not very great. Okay. Well, you managed to get your sport bag back at least. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do the little spiel to say what we're doing, and then I'm gonna head almost straight into it. Let me load up my game behind the scenes. Offline game. Okay. Okie dokie, let's do that. So, this weekend's challenge on Reforj is to create a piece of the past. Something in Reforj that used to exist before whatever happened. Whether it be a building or a structure representing the idea for it. See, now, that's really sad, Strallen. I don't know why people do that. Strallen's bag seems to have disappeared. Been taken, most likely, but got the contents, but it's still not great. I've got a nasty cough trying to bubble its way through, so occasionally I'm going to mute myself. One moment. Exactly. Where we're going, we don't need roads. And I don't think I'm going to make any roads on this one. Let me turn off the... all over the place I am. Let me turn off the little thing, and I'm going to go find somewhere to build what I'm imagining. Okay. But there's no screen tear. That thing was ancient anyway. Well, I mean, it's got sentimental value. Let's find... I don't think I'm going to go far today. What I have in mind might end up being the biggest building I've made. Which is not a good start. We're gonna crack on anyway and see what happens. I need to do an experiment though. So first things first, I need some glass. Fine, glass should do. I don't know if it's gonna be amazing, but I hope it's gonna look cool. I'm not gonna lie, my inspiration is coming from Final Fantasy VII. The Mako reactors. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately, since it came out on Xbox. Ooh, yes, I think this fog effect is gonna work. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately, staying up way too late at night playing it. It is really fun. And I learned recently that I never did complete it when I was younger. Okay, I hope this does fade into basically nothingness. Because I want to make a fog effect underneath. That should work. And then if I put... I mean, this isn't a perfect test because I'm just doing it horizontally at the moment. What colour is aura? Like a bluey colour, isn't it? Go with... Still. Yeah, this isn't going to be a perfect test because I want to do it vertically. I think that might create the effect I want it to. Oop. Ignore that. Yeah. Currently at your cobble generator. Oh, can you make farms in Hideout then? Because I still haven't looked into it now. Oh my gosh, speaking of looking into things, I'm supposed to be looking into a Minecraft game. Every time I think about it, I'm unavailable for it at the time. Anyway, lots of digging to do. Tim, are you likely to have a go in this challenge? I'd love to see more people playing, doing these challenges. I don't know where the fall-off has gone. Like, where the fall-off has come from. Let's see. Nice wide. Because I think I want a walkway. I'm going to build it from the inside out. And I'm going to cough again for a moment. There we go. It was a bit confusing, but it's consistent. That's really cool. I want to put a walkway about halfway through. Gonna need to be bigger than that. This is too much ton. Do less. Less is more. And yet here I am, doing it anyway. Where's the fun in going small? Won't have time this weekend, sadly. No worries. I wonder if we should suggest they do some challenges on different times. Because a lot of people seem to be busy on their weekends. And moreover, VoD isn't around to answer any questions. They set their challenge and go home for the weekend. I would normally have some kind of music mod on while playing or something, but this is better. Aww, thank you. Personally, I'd still go for the music. I don't like my voice. Especially when it's all crackly up. I think I've still got morning voice. I've been waking up later and later. It's been a real drag. I'm currently waking up at around 5 PM. I tried so hard to wake up earlier, it just did not happen. Yeah, or a longer time span. Yeah, a longer time span would be amazing. Imagine things that we could do with like a week of building, or even 2 weeks of building. You just read shallow. Oh my god, a fish just swam into the lava. Oh, the poor thing. Okay, I'm going to try not to make this all about digging a hole. That is definitely the first thing I need to do. A big old hole in the ground. And I still think it's going to need to be bigger than this. I really want it to feel like an unfathomably deep pit. Ooh, almost reaching into Eldritch territory. Without any of the monsters. I don't know what to say about that. I did build an entire alien landscape in under 36 hours. I don't know how I did it. I'm still in love with what everyone else did as well. And one of the things I haven't done, and I really don't mean this in any personal way, but I haven't got around to watching all of your video, Gartim. I ran out of time yesterday, and I should have watched it when we did it on the collaborator thingies, so that I was ahead of the game, but I wanted to watch them when they went live and enjoy them like everybody else, and I haven't been able to watch it all. So I'm going to go back when I've got a break from this and watch it later today. Because what you did was arguably cooler than what I've done. Yeah, it is a long video. That's not on you. That is on me for not like spending the time there. But I really like what you did, and I love that you put the the lighting, the mood into how it looks, because that really changes the entire dynamic of the scene. So I'm looking forward to it, because I'm hoping I get to hear your thought processes behind it, which I completely missed out on when I was late to recording. Everybody got to have a nice chat, and I was asleep. Actually, I should have kept how many blocks that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Okay, 7. I disagree. No, you're not allowed to disagree with me. I will say it was arguably better than mine. I'm biased. I don't necessarily like my stuff most of the time, and it may be false modesty, but I genuinely love what everybody else did. Hands down. There's no trickery in my words, I genuinely believe that. Oh, my phone is talking to me. Shalong, I think you've made an accidental fish farm. Killing fish without intending. Oh, okay, yeah. I posted a little fan fiction, little story time on the Reforj server. Sort of talking about my idea of what the world might have looked like back then. And I can go into it in a minute. Once I've counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still going. 6. I'll be replacing those with glass. I don't know why I didn't put glass in the first place. Okay, so this is the depth I need to go to. Oh yeah, now I know why I wasn't placing glass straight away, because it's nearly invisible. I'm telling you, Hightail sounds very interesting. I still don't know if it's going to be a game that I fall in love with, but I can see why people fall in love with it. Outside of being a Minecraft clone or copycat, or in the same genre as the better way of putting it. But it does seem more focused on the adventure and the combat, which I'm personally hoping that Reforj does not go with in their game. I see in the Discord that there's a few people who do want to see Reforj going down a heavy combat route, melee focused, tools and weapons. I don't know if that's the route I'd like to see go. It has to have an aspect of adventuring, of course. I don't know, that's just how I feel. I like the route that I think Reforj is going right now. It does need more things currently, but we're in so early access right now that it's genuinely a wonder why they revealed it to the public at all. I would like that you can decide how decide yourself how to play the game. Yeah, to have the freedom of choice. I don't think Reforj will go that route. It will be quite the opposite side of it. Yeah, so Reforj feels very modern, futuristic, which I think is the design brief they're going for, whereas Hytale is very, like, medieval fantasy, high fantasy style. Maybe high fantasy. They don't have any dragons, no magic yet. So as long as both systems try and cater to the different players, Reforj will need some sort of combat system in place. The bracer battles are fun, but they're not the be all and end all. When you throw in boom blocks to the mix, that's when it gets more interesting. Where's my boom block? You are an item. Good. Throw in my blaster, and skadoosh. Went flying. Oh, I've turned off destruction. Good. They do have dragons, but they're not implemented yet. Okay. Reforj indeed is a bit sci-fi. The tale that the player got stranded, but apart from that, 4J didn't elaborate. Yeah, so further on that, how did the Pioneer become stranded is a huge question, I think. I think they're going to tell us probably later this year. I don't think it's going to be an early tale. But they are dropping almost hints. Oh, I really want them to do another Q&A. Just to see where we are with things. I'm really interested in how they're going to do the portals and what the portals are going to lead to. And I was thinking about it earlier today. I might put a question for one of the devs and just ask them, because I believe they're already playing with the portals. They're doing their own internal testing and learning how it feels, learning what it's going to do. And I want to ask them, like, what's the vibe? How does it feel to go through one of their portals into these new dimensions? And they don't have to give any actual spoilers. Just, is it a whole new experience? You've been playing in what is like the standard Reforj world, and then you go through, and how different does that feel? How exciting is everything? What is that tree doing up there? Ma'am, you have got the strongest root system I think I've ever seen. Holy moly. You are gripping tight to that mountain. Good luck to you. Go back over to my pit. This doesn't feel like a big pit again. No, it's fine. It's perfectly serviceable. Let's see. I would love to get an inside look at dev path given for the year. It would be so interesting to see. I know they're getting a lot of feedback from the server, from the community. There's not a whole lot that we've heard recently. So I feel like something's coming. Have you heard about the Jeb and Simon conversation? That Jeb said Hightail is cool. He heard about Portal Knights, who currently likely play Minecraft. I have not heard the full conversation. I have heard that Jeb's played Hightail, but prefers Minecraft, and that is super valid. One, he's, you know, the dev of Minecraft. I know there are many, but he is like the dev. And two, they do offer different experiences. Hightail has been compared to Minecraft so many times, and I think someone called it, like, the comparison being, it's modded Minecraft, but even then, it's not really, it's still not that. It's a whole new game. Same genre, new game. Now, did I build this correctly? Yes, so I'm going to be putting all the human stone at the bottom there. I can do this faster. I don't know what that's going to look like on the stream. Sorry if that looks horrible. I'm going to have to do these walls as well. No, I can cover those up. Another trick I know is if you dig down one hole first, and then you do the zippy across super fast speed, you won't end up digging into the wall like I did just a moment ago. Even if you've got bad reflexes like me. Nice and quick. Hightail's mods will also be crazy. I have heard that they are at work. Magnet mod. All of the violet stuff. I don't know about that. But a magnet mod, I assume for like scooping up all the items. That sounds super useful. I play modded Minecraft with some friends, and I can't live without the magnet, quite frankly. Just makes life so much easier. And it's a small quality of life thing as well. It's just so good, isn't it? Presuming it does do, what I'm assuming it does, which is just scoops up the items that are nearby for you. If it does other things, like helps you to build compasses and supercooling devices, well, I know nothing about magnets then. Do you have any projects in mind on Hightail? What are you planning to build? Ooh. Okay. So with... let's get a better scaling. I'm here. This is me. So with this size pit, I might round it off a little bit, but this is the main gist of it. And I'm going to hope this works. I'm going to colour all the bottom in, and then place all the glass. Oh, why do I do this to myself? But it'll look cool, that's the hope. That's why I do it to myself. Hightail has no redstone mechanic confirmed yet. What do you mean? Yeah. is... Are they not planning on making it Turing complete? Turing complete being it can build theoretical Turing machine, or it could theoretically make a computer within itself. I don't know if it was ever intentional with Minecraft, but you can make an entire computer and play video games built entirely out of redstone. And I don't mean games like decked out, I mean like projected onto an in-game screen. Which is so cool, and so far above my skill level, I'm pretty certain I will never achieve anything like that. I need to have a quick drink of water. Drink your water. I keep turning around occasionally, looking at the Reforj Discord, and Impact Chicken is typing away something hopefully very juicy. Either that or keep rethinking what they're gonna type. Oh wait, that is a different message. Someone's making a unique version of redstone that is, to be honest, even more complicated. Crystals, color combinations. Okay. I would have to see it to, like, appreciate it. More in depth is probably better. Redstone has its very hard limits, but those limits are also things that people enjoy working around and creating solutions to. And I'm sure a crystal system will have its limits and will need people to work around it and figure things out. Ooh. Okay. I might have to try and check out one of those VoDs at some point. Assuming that Limester makes VoDs as well. That's wrong. Why is that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. No, that is right. That is right. I want this flat bang on top. Alright, thank you very much, Garten. Have a good time. Garten is definitely one of the Reforj content creators that I would highly recommend. He doesn't have I was gonna say he doesn't have a lot coming out, but he has more stuff that comes out than I do. I'm so far behind on my Reforj content. And I think I want to set up a small SMP, but I'm having all my little nervous reactions and my aversions to doing so. I know a good team of people that I'm sure would love to be a part of it, and they'd be fun to work with. The problem is me. I am the problem.
I just hope that someday someone would love me.
But that's too much negativity. Positive thoughts only. And I'm positive that this is going to take me a while. I was thinking about adding in the walls on the inside, but I think I will just add them on the outside. It's easier to go through it this way. And if this fog effect isn't enough, then I'm going to have to build it higher. Which is okay, because there's going to be a ton of building around it anyway. Mid a piston and a crew dude. Observer. He literally plans a piston that can send a signal in front of it. And these redstone blocks have a specific rotation with inputs and outputs. Okay. Let me try and put that in the 3D mesh in my head. That seems very useful. And I can't wrap my head around it because I'm too layman. I'm definitely a builder. In terms of like the archetypes of Minecraft, builders and speedrunners, game makers, redstoners, I'm definitely closer to being a builder than anything else. I like the way the glass works in this. Wouldn't mind if it had like an outer edging to it, but not when it connects to things. It does have its drawbacks though, it doesn't work well with leaves. What other kind of archetypes are there in voxel games? Pranksters, maybe? Maybe I'm closer to a jack of all trades, actually. Capable of everything, not good at anything. That sort of thing. He said about something with the red is push. No. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me put this in my head and then I'll read it out loud. Yep, no, that... It sounds almost like, oh, here I'm getting very rudimental. Very rudimentary. Sort of like an AND gate or a NOR gate. Or, oh no, my battery! Let me put that in. I've got the charging wire. Always close at hand. At any rate, what I'm trying to say is, that sounds very useful. I can almost comprehend it well enough to know that I think that would be a good thing. And that sounds like it's based on color inputs, or what was it you said earlier, crystals? And that changes how it works, maybe? Fundamentally useful blocks. My personal hope with Reforj is that they do something more computer-based. First tier of redstone is crude, then there's even more advanced stuff. Yeah. You want to have a sort of like developing system that players can learn and evolve with like as they get to the higher tier stuff. But with Reforj, I want a sort of more computer-based system. It would still need physical outputs like pistons and observers or something to that effect, but having more like a code-based system that you have control over when the outputs do their various things. Coding is not something I'm good at either, so I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. I'm worried that this isn't going to work. I already had a great idea for pistons. Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm here for this. Ooh, has... No, Impact Chicken is still going. I love it. I love when people get passionate about these things. I'm doing this the slow way. Keep thinking, I'm near the end, it'll be fine. I'm not near the end, I'm not even close. Okay, that's a little better. Nearly there. On this layer, and I keep doing more layers above. See, this is why this project is going to be a main focus. I really need a lot of time on this. I think this is working. Because there's going to be a big building that goes around it. I'm not going to do much on the interior. There will have to be some interior because this is part of it. I personally love the Mako reactor and like the weird pipes that exist in Final Fantasy. Everything's just almost pointlessly going over each other and wrapping around the other pipes. It seems very inefficient, but it looks really cool from my perspective. Okay, magnets. I saw the iron description and saw it has magnetic properties, so why not pull a push? Hey, you got something there. That would be very cool. So, iron is already in Hytale, and it already talks about magnetic properties. Do you think they're gonna have magnets built into the game eventually? Outside of modding? Quite like this song. I don't know if you can hear the music. It's loud in my head. Good vibes. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's what I've heard, and I quite agree with it. But I can't help but compare myself a little bit to Hermit Crafters, to other streamers who play games like Minecraft or Hytale. And I think I can only last for a short amount of time. An hour feels like a push. I'm trying to make it longer. Well, much longer. I don't know where I was going with this sentence. I want to stream for longer, but I think it's going to end up being too much of a push for me. I'll make do with what I got. And let's see, Reforj already has magnet. It's got, yeah, it's got magnetite. That's how you make the this thing, I believe. I've only made it once. I've been playing a lot of creative since. And once you create a bracer upgrade, you don't really need to make it again. At least, not currently. Maybe I'll make that as a suggestion. If you die, you don't reset your bracer level, but you have to collect your old bracer in order to have access to the same stuff. because it seems a little too convenient that you can currently die and keep all of your bracer upgrade. I wonder if they're going to explain that in the lore. How can you get back up and... How can you... Yeah, I know what I mean. What was I just saying about that hour limit with mine? I've been streaming for 46 minutes-ish. And I'm already getting worn out. Not a good sign. In Hightail you only lose half your items and 10% your ability on tools. I've seen that you can do that as an option. You could also have it so that you lose everything, I think, or you can choose to lose nothing. And in Reforj at the moment, which I'm sure is going to change, you either drop everything, your bracer is immune to that, or you can change your gameplay and turn off this, but you keep everything anyway. Which I think for the purposes of testing is perfectly valid. Where we have classic cheat codes like God mode and infinite health. Ah, the old days where you could have cheat codes in video games. That was the good stuff. I think this is creating the effect I want. I'm going to do a test, like, line here. Yeah, I think so. Oh, that wasn't even all the way down. Ooh. It was this glass or the regular glass, which I prefer the refined glass for the most part. It's largely invisible. Not 100% though, as you can tell. Hopefully these butterflies don't stick around in the reactor. Or maybe they do. I think that would have interesting lore implications. So I'm making a reactor that sort of feeds off the aura, the natural life force of the planet, the animals, the flora. Done generating cobble in. Ooh, what you building? I feel like you told me, but I did not hear it. Even though I'm only reading. Words make sense in my head. I don't need all that because... And it went wrong. Immediately went wrong. Okay, so while this bridge is here, it's in the way. I like the amount of complexity that Hightail has with its building. But I would also love if it didn't look the way it does. It's just personal opinion. It's not my favourite art aesthetic. Hightail has lore implications. Ooh. different tribes and religions and stuff. I know there are I don't know what they're called. They're like the little, almost goblin looking fellas. And you can go through a portal and find more of them. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's like a high fantasy world with dragons and gods and powerful beings beyond comprehension. Like a big old D&D session. Okay, so I think that's the effect I want to go for. And then what I can also do is begin working on the building. So I haven't got an idea for it. Gotta find the middle point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 25, so it's going to be a 3 wide in the middle. Queeblix. That sounds like the thing they are. What an adorable name, Queebec. Dumb question, what's half of 25? 4.5. Okay, good. I'm glad we had that discussion. Okay, this is where things start to get interesting. I need to come up with a color set. I think it's going to be a lot of dark colors. And I also think then I'm going to have to dig down and create a sort of raised platform. Yep. It's a little annoying, but going to be the only way to do that. We're going to have this go all the way across, and then on the other side is going to be it's going to be the main sort of console area, the main reactor. Probably going to be like that wide ish. And it's going to be big, be tall. I'm thinking somewhere in the region of maybe taller. We'll see. Rubik's almost like Kibi. Yay, Kibi. Kibi's so adorable. There's no convincing me otherwise. They got adorable walks, adorable talks, and adorable death screens. Now working on the castle area of the dungeon. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, you did tell me what you were building. See, I have the memory of one of those things that I can't remember the name of. Get it? Because, yeah. Okay, you get it. Flashing lights. Okay, now I'm gonna put that glass back in. This isn't the easiest way to do it, unfortunately. Start with the middle. At least I can do that. Gosh, it almost looks like I'm not doing anything. Making a line go invisible. So a nice simple build like that. And then that's the walkway over. Easy peasy. I don't think I've got enough listen hours left in my Spotify monthly listen list. Too deep. Put a line here. That'll be interesting. And it'll be easier to go around like this. Does take some weeks to build maybe 100 blocks dungeon. Weeks! That is a long time build. Mind you, 100 is huge, so yeah, that's valid. They not yet knowing how big this is. This is going to be like the central chamber. I think it is going to come out to be about 50 wide in total. And then possibly 50 plus long. I have no idea how tall it's going to be. Epically sized. And I got to get all this done within a single weekend. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow I am going to go watch Iron Lung, Markiplier's cinematic project. Needless to say, I'm very excited. Gonna go with a few friends. And I'm distracted by mining. So I'm losing some of my Saturday to that. And then on Sunday, if all things go to plan, which they should do, I've got D&D. Which I always love a good D&D. So I lose time with that. And Monday... I think I'm free Monday, but that's also the deadline day. So I have to build a huge reactor in all that time. Easy enough. It does make it... it is genuinely usually better for me though. When I've got all the time in the world, I tend to procrastinate. I have a dragon that I've been building, and I just do not spend enough time on it. It looks amazing in my opinion. Don't know where it is relative to me right now though. But then once... It's not even that far away from finished. I don't know why I'm procrastinating it. Depending on the challenge next week, maybe... Oh no, I'm busy next week. Depending on the challenge the week after, maybe I will stream me finishing off the dragon. I always play in the afternoon because school until 5. Well... yeah. You gotta find your own things to do, I guess. Honestly, I miss the school days. They weren't necessarily the best days of my life, but you know, OBS, post stuff on my YouTube channel. If you're comfortable doing that, I think that'd be really cool to see. If you want to do things a different way, like I've got my community channel open almost exclusively for you, to be honest. So if you want to post screenshots or if you do end up recording any videos of your Unity project, that would be cool. But don't go out of your way just because I'm asking. I want you to have fun. I want you to do things for you. My general philosophy. As long as you're like still doing the things that are necessary anyway, even if they're not fun, I think that's a good way of doing things. Here we got a basalt, bath salt. I'm thinking we should go with maybe stone brick down here. How would that look? The line of that. I think I would love to look at that. Oh, I fell off my platform. I think stone brick is probably the way to go on this one. Yeah, I would love to have a look. There is a project that someone else has done recently that I am itching to get my hands on. Just have to wait. I have to be patient. I can't talk about it either. I can allude to it because nobody knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, I would love to have a go. Only if you're comfortable. Oh, I'm turning around. Oh my gosh, impact chicken. That is incredible. I thought I had written a lot. Impact chicken took what I wrote and wrote 3 times more? I am looking forward to reading that. Am I flying? I'm flying. Good. I can do this. Speed mode. That was not speed mode. Here's a fun fact. As you get older, you generally get better at things. One of the exceptions to that is video gaming. As you get older, your reflexes slow down. I'm talking about the competitive video gaming. Your reflexes slow down, your focus isn't what it used to be. This is why a lot of like the big league winners in various championships, they tend to be quite young. I don't know, that was just a fun fact. I run out of things to talk about, that's what my problem is. As I'm flying around building stone bricks. What we don't have yet is a thriving, like, multiplayer scene. I want more people to do these challenges. I want to see people online. I won't necessarily join their game if they don't want me to, but I do want to join more games and play along with people, even if that really pushes my antisocial needs. My what on earth is the word? Introversion. Introvert. I'm installing OBS right now. Woohoo! I would recommend making sure you've had a look at some tutorials and things with OBS. It is a very useful system, and I think it's highly underrated. Not enough people talk about like the benefits of OBS, and the fact that it is such a small development team behind it. Anyway, check out some tutorials because there is a lot that can go wrong with OBS. Oh, and I've gone too high. Have it on now. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna have time to try and like find you doing an OBS thing. But if you do record anything, let me know, give me a link, and I will absolutely check it out. Game development is a thing that like highly fascinates me. I'd love to have skills in it of my own. I don't, but that's fine. So I love watching what other people can do with it. Do I sound tired? I feel like I sound tired. I think this top layer is going to need a different type of brick. I'm not falling in love with this build right now. Which is not what I was hoping to have happen. I have to trust the process. And I'm putting some of these blocks in that I know are likely to be deleted later. So that doesn't help me. And we'll go for... I'm not sure whether I should do gold or iron. Let's have a look. I think the iron is just subtle enough. Sorry, gold. Pretty as you are, you're not the one for me. I wonder if that glows down there. Because it is shining through glass. Let me do a test. I'm gonna put myself in a box. It's not pitch black. I think it glows. That's a good sign. Okay. Let's admit that I am getting worn out, and that I think I'm gonna need to stop here for streaming. Recording now. I'm excited, Shalling. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here because I'm getting worn out and I'm starting to lose sense of what I'm doing. So I'm going to need to take a break and carry on offline. And I'll have to post the results at the end. It's a long way to go. Should hopefully be good. Ooh, 2.5 days, not long enough. Alright, thank you very much for watching if you've made it this far. And I hope to see you again, not next week. I'm hoping it's going to be the week after that. We are getting close to my birthday. Which is not a plead for anything, I'm just letting you know. And my birthday is not a stream day, so that's okay. I'll be back on the 13th. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. Johnny.